Well, I'll start with the action that we have seen so far on the field as we do record. And first of all, thanks for having me, guys, Mark and Benny, joining you guys to talk cricket. I think for me, and this is a big selling point for any underage tournament in any sport, is to see the future basically in front of your eyes. You know, if you look 5 to 10 years down the track, if some of the results we've seen so far in the Under-19 World Cup are anything to go by, we have an incredibly enticing and exciting standard of women's senior level cricket. Again, to move forward, say 5 or 10 years with some of the action and some of the surprises we've seen thus far at the tournament. I think for me, it's a great opportunity just to continue and just to kind of build a bridge and a pathway that goes from junior elite level cricket in these respective countries into something tangible where they can compare themselves on the world stage. I think that's the most important thing. If you look at the Under-19 Men's World Cup over the years, I think the way that teams are compiled is certainly different in different parts of the world. You know, in some places, the Under-19 pathway and framework is really strong, and they have centered elite camps that they basically pick their team from. But to take other examples, and that actually happens almost more in the subcontinent, but to take an example of, say, this Women's Under-19 World Cup, if you look at some of the established sides in Asia, we look at Bangladesh, who turned over Australia at the start of the tournament, which is an unbelievable result. Many people will actually turn around and tell you that it's not really a surprise because the way that the Bangladesh system has been set up, they tend to fast-track a lot of younger players through the system quicker. And in Australia, it goes back to almost an older kind of framework where players need to make the name for themselves in senior cricket at domestic level for years upon years before they get into an Australian team. And the way that the Australian team was actually composed in this particular Under-19s tournament was that they had an Under-19 carnival in sort of the 2-3 months leading up to the tournament. And that's essentially where they picked their team. So the way that these teams are comprised, I think, makes it exciting, and it just provides a great yardstick for a lot of people looking at the world of